Everybody, welcome to the first week of learning. I'm Miss Jordan, your language arts teacher, and sometimes I'm going to record these videos at the beginning of each week. I'll call them watch this first, and it's usually for weeks if there's a lot of content or if I feel like I want to walk you through a couple of things. This is the first week of content, so I'm going to do a quick video. I'm going to show you my screen just so that you can get the feel for kind of what Schoology looks like, how I set up my Schoology page, and how you can manipulate the content of each week just to make sure that you're going to be really successful. And then, of course, I encourage you to reach out to me, give me a call, or shoot me an email if you have any questions about that stuff. Okay, so what you see now is the front page of Schoology, and you should have little tiles for each of your classes. So if you go to the tile that shows part of my smiling face for LA10 or Advanced LA10, and you just click on that, then you'll come into my page. Now, I'm showing you Advanced LA10, but frankly, the LA10 and Advanced LA10 are the same for this week, so I'm just going to use the same recording for both. So the first thing I want you guys to notice is that here you'll have my name in case you forget it, my pronouns in case you forget those, and then most importantly, my email address so you can always reach out that way, and you'll also have my phone number. So just remember that if you ever need to get me, you can see me on the tiles right there, and it has everything you need to know. So then here is the content for the class. You'll notice I have 3 links outside of any folders. That's just so that you can always go back and refer to those 3 documents if ever you need to. The course introduction, very, very important. Please read that as soon as you get into my class. It just tells you my expectations for the course. And then this is my intro video. You've all seen that. You don't need to see it again unless you really want to. And then, knock yourself out. And then finally, I have something for your parents. So this is how parents can see the grades in Schoology. Remember, we won't be going into IC except for progress report grades and end of semester grades. So they'll really need to be in Schoology and be proficient here in order for them to understand how to grade. So I encourage them to come and have them give me a call or send me an email if they struggle with this link. Then below that, you'll always see folders that include what week we are in, the topic of that week, and the due date for all the contents of that material. So remember, our due dates are Monday at 8 a.m., and so I will have this always listed. The following week, it's actually Tuesday because Monday's a holiday, so just bear that in mind. So if you click on this icon here, it will just show you everything that's in the folder. So these are all the things that you're going to need to complete in order to be marked in attendance and in order to be earning that awesome A that I know that you all want. If you go into the first folder, this has all of your policies. So here you're going to have to view these. There's a handbook that you're going to need to read, and on and on. There are a couple of quizzes, so a quiz 1 and a quiz 2. Notice these icons look a little bit different. Now, at any time, you can scroll to the next item in a couple of ways. You can either click Next, which will give you the next document, or you can go back to this original folder, and that will show you what was in that folder. You can also go all the way back out to week 1, and that will show you all of this stuff. So what I just showed you was the contents of this subfolder. So you'll need to complete everything in the subfolder. You'll also need to take a look at this weekly planner. That's not a mandatory item, but it's just something if you're kind of trying to figure out how you're going to organize yourself, this planner might actually be a nice tool for you. Anytime you see this come up, don't fret. Just click on this title. It'll ask if you want to make a copy, and of course you say, why yes, I'd love to make a copy. Thank you for asking, Miss J. And then here's a document you can use. Again, you don't have to. If you want to come into office hours and I can help you kind of design your own, whatever works best for you, okay? So if we're back here, you'll notice there's another quiz sitting out here, and then you have an online discussion. So here's how discussions work. If you click on this discussion, there's a video that explains this. Now, you will not see my face, nor will you hear my voice. Don't panic. It's just that there are a bunch of us that work on these courses together, and so sometimes we team up together. So that's Miss Martin. You'll love her. She's great. And she's going to give you that video intro to what an online discussion board is and our expectations for your work on a discussion board. And then here's the prompt. You will write a comment or a response Typically, you will have to write your own response, at which point you'll be able to see after you submit other people's responses, and then you'll just respond to 2 other people's responses, unless you see something different in the directions. The last thing you have is an introduction assignment, and that needs to be completed by the end of the week also. Now, in this folder, there is information about how to submit assignments. So if you're confused about that, I would start there. And then just feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email and I can help you. All right, when you complete week 1, if you are overachieving or you know you've got something giant coming up in a couple weeks and you want to get ahead, you are welcome also to start working in week 2. A bit of forewarning. It's going to seem by the time you're done with week 2 like I don't care about you or that I don't want to know about you. That's not true. These are some kind of logistical things we have to get out of the way. Wait for week 3. Week 3 is all about how can I get to know you, how can you get to know me, how can we work together, all that stuff. So all the content for week 3 is going to be a ton more personal, so please bear with me. At any rate, let me just tell you one last thing. These weeks, you will always have access to 2 weeks of work. You'll have access to your current week of work, and you'll have access to the next week of work. So you can always be moving forward or advancing a week ahead of what the class is already doing. Now, if you are someone like my daughter and you're like a professional athlete and you have a big event coming up, or if you know that you've got a big surgery coming up, or if you know you've got something giant, and you need access to further weeks, why don't you just contact me and we'll see what I can do for you. But for the most part, I'm only working 1 week out. So that's why we're giving you this access to this content 1 week in advance. So when you log in next Monday, you'll see week 2 and week 3 available to you. I think that's it. Give me a call if you have any questions. Otherwise, happy week 1, and I'll hopefully see you guys in office hours. Take good care.